into the basement. It's a whole new show. I gotta say, this is what is referred to as a dreaded third show.
It's the Redneck Geek Show.
And I have to say, I'm disappointed in the... because I got my friend John here from Avalanche, and I told him, I said, you better get your liver, ready to go, because it gets pretty drunk in here.
You know why about my levels?
And you guys are kind of disappointing me. And
I have had more to drink than at any other episode ever.
It's true. It's funny because there's a 12-pack on the table, and this is actually a light
and those
drinking
are
day.
just mine.
This is a light day.
It's because the power duo has been split up.
That's right.
What?
Is this the intervention episode for Jimmy, or is that next time?
I
don't have a problem.
There's 500 pounds of man between me and my sponsor, so how am I supposed to keep up?
Well, that means you're supposed to drink more.
Scott is not 500
listen,
pounds.
I drank
480. Shut
I
up.
drank this thing, this Superman thing. Thermos was full of wine.
Yeah.
I've been doing my job.
No, but you are a professional. That's nothing. That's like
I'm a semi-professional.
That's
now.
like you could put a stem on the bottom of that.
Dude, I'm not a professional anymore.
And that's how much it would be.
I'm not a professional anymore.
It's your lack of
I'm in
professionalism.
semi-retirement.
I find your lack of professionalism.
Well, I will assure you this,
disturbing.
sir.
You're semi-retarded?
God damn it.
That's Sarah Palin.
I will assure you right now.
Okay.
That I am semi-shit-faced. So don't worry about me being a total jackass
Which half is
retard on
shitty?
the show.
You are my favorite Palin child, Shannon.
Scott Pierce.
Am I annoying you?
Scott Pierce, if you weren't the most fantastic and giving lover I knew, I'd be so goddamn mad at you right now. Just staring in those goddamn eyes of yours. I get lost in them.
Remember when we met and you went out of your way to annoy me and make me hate you?
It's just because I felt an instant attraction to you.
That's right.
You never did that with a girl?
Classic romances.
It's true.
You totally misunderstood me when I walked up and asked you if I could push in your stool.
They were at the bar.
They were pantless, too.
I remember
I wasn't
Shannon,
talking about your sitting device.
I just remember Shannon telling me about it. He was wearing this open shirt. His hair was blowing in the wind.
Scott Pierce's?
Me?
That one hair.
When he had those dreadlocks?
One little hair.
He had that dreadlock.
They went to Lagoon.
Ow, my mouth hurts.
They went to Lagoon and a goose hit Scott in the face.
It's been a storied romance.
I'm going to write a book about it, and Scott's going to be shirtless on the cover of it. It's going to be great.
Boy, that'll sell a lot of
No,
copies.
I plan to fail.
No, what I
Tales of a bear fucker.
You probably have to, you probably have to have like at least 3 copies.
Actually, it should be
for
called Cocked, Locked, and Ready to Rock. The bear fucker story.
No. He was a bear fucker. No. He loved those bears.
That might more sound like a
I'm
pirate.
sorry.
I'm
sorry, but if we were being accurate about it, wouldn't he be the bear fucker?
Well,
I don't know.
Who's
I think it's a pretty even match.
who's taking charge?
And in all fairness, Scott, that's been your nickname on the show for how long?
I'm just saying, if we're being accurate.
Remember that ring I gave you that said BF on it?
It was GFF.
It wasn't Beth.
Was it a
Best
cock
friend.
ring?
It was Best
By
Bear
the way,
Fucker.
for those of you who may have come to this party late, what's the name of the movie? Super
Troopers.
Yes, this is all because I laughed at the bear fucker.
You didn't laugh.
You
Okay, I
yes.
became like
Hysterical.
hyperventilated because I thought it was so ridiculous.
Excuse me!
Bear fucker.
And
That makes me laugh. It made me snort right there.
You just lost it.
It was so dumb. It made me laugh so hard. It hurt. It was painful. It was so funny.
Who wants mustache rides?
I do.
There we go. There it is, your love theme right there.
I love you, Scott Pierce.
As Scott walks into the room, there's a bear sitting on a chaise lounge. Scott's like,
His
"You
dreadlock
bitch!"
blowing in the wind.
and the bear's all.
I brought you some honey.
And thistle.
You can spread it on my den anytime.
Do we still have sponsors?
Not anymore.
We figured out a way around that.
We figured a way around that.
Yeah, they all pulled out.
So did Scott.
I was gonna say same as Shannon.
Messes up my curtains. It's gross.
Well, you shouldn't wipe there.
I'm all sticky.
That's how he marks his territory.
That's my bitch.
All right.
So this is the show?
This is the show.
Apparently, yes, it is.
Wait, are we recording yet?
Third show.
That's what I was trying to say.
There you go.
Thank you. Let's introduce. Do we want to introduce the panel? Or should we save that for later?
Welcome back, Comcast.
Hi.
Good luck with that.
I would just leave that whole first part out.
Max and I have our work cut out for us.
It's a good thing that you guys don't use actual film, because, man, you'd waste a lot of it.
Oh, jeez. Did you see him cutting this shit?
Oh, my goodness.
I'm gonna cut your shit.
Oh, wait.
Wait. Wait.
Speed. Action.
All right.
Panel. John, Jeff, Jimmy, Carrie, Shannon, Scott, Lee.
Yay! We're the best.
Visit our
Also known as the Osmonds.
Yes.
What?
Visit our respective
What
porn
the
sites
hell?
at Facebook.
Jeff Weiss over there burping like a
I know. Why are we doing
Yes,
that?
man.
I don't.
You're so crude.
Yeah, because nobody else knows.
So cool.
Oh, you fucker.
We were trying so hard to make a classy show.
Why do you have to do that? Ruining the show, Jeff.
Yeah, immature.
You're ruining the show.
I shaved my legs for this?
I'm hell bent on catching up to Jimmy.
I just want you to know that all the burps were from Jeff, and I didn't do any of them.
I know.
Oh, no, this guy's contributing
That would be
too.
a
I
lie.
have no idea what you're talking about.
Is this the show?
Apparently, yes, it is.
Worst show ever.
We're doing a show.
Look, coming from
So
a frat house.
I hear you're gonna
We are worth all the money we are paid.
I hear you talk about why the X-Men's hate the Negroes.
Oh, my God!
Do not laugh. There are accusations that X-Men First Class is a racist film.
Because they killed Darwin, right?
Well, let me get to that. Turn me up a little bit there. I
sure.
get the feeling that
Wake up before you go.
yeah, would you please? Thank you. All right, here it is. This is from a little Sci-Fi Channel website. Okay, latest controversy. Not the first time a popular film franchise has been embroiled in this. Of course, you got the jive-talking robots from Transformers.
I can't read.
You got shit. You turned up his mic and not mine. Oh, I turned up yours. You got the Jar Jar, right?
Oh, I like to call
Isa can't read.
That's even louder.
Why are you?
Yeah, what's going on with me?
Yeah, what are you doing?
If you're going to turn
Tony
on,
wouldn't do
The
this.
producer,
Yeah.
yeah, your other
Tony
producer
wouldn't do
doesn't
this.
drink.
That's true. So here's what happens.
I thought you were like a professional radio guy.
I'm retired.
First Class, X-Men First Class takes place in 1962,
Yeah.
which is a pretty rough and tumble period for civil rights in
it's
America.
pretty racist.
This is a New York Times article. Taneshi Coates has this to say.
Already biased.
Yeah. But as First Class roars into its final climactic scene, it appeals to an insidious suspension of disbelief. The heroic mutants of America, bravely opposing bigotry and fear, are revealed as not so much a spectrum of humankind, but as Eagle Scouts from Mayfield. Thus, First Class proves its. Let me get to the final point. Thus, First Class proves itself not merely an incredible film, but an incredible work of American historical fiction. Here is a period piece for our post-racial times. In the era of Ella Baker and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, the most powerful adversaries of spectacular apartheid are a team of enlightened white dudes.
There were more blue dudes than white dudes.
Yeah.
Well, no.
There was a guy made of fur.
And
Okay,
there was a red dude.
Well, hang on. This is part of the problem. Nora K. Jemison on her side comments about this.
Biased.
Nora.
Yeah.
Nora, clearly
Obviously a
biased.
lesbian.
So here's what she said. The black guy died first.
Right, it's a movie.
But it's Darwin,
Wait.
so he was probably black because he needed to evolve to be a more supreme
Wait.
being.
Yes.
Nope.
Nicely explained.
All of the people of color, including those mutants who can't pass for human, like Azazel and Raven, and less acceptable ethnicities, counting Eric's Jewishness here, ended up going bad. The lone brown woman of the story, Angel, was intensely sexualized.
Yes,
She was hot!
One of the POC on the side...
I'd like to intensely sexualize
I'll
her.
say.
Ba-dum-bum.
One of the POC on the side of the bad guys, and in this case I'm referring to the Spanish actor Alex Gonzalez,
Riptide.
who's likely to read as Latino to American eyes, even though he's European, never speaks a line. He's just a mutant-powered thug in the background.
Yeah.
Oh well.
You know, as I was watching this, there's the scene where Kevin Bacon comes, and I was
What?
he comes.
Oh,
Weird.
That's weird.
But he's trying to, convert, come to my side, and the first one, Angel goes over, right, and then Darwin over, and great, it was a sabotage. But I looked at the two sides and went, that other side's looking a little honky.
You said that?
In my mind, I really did. I was like,
You said honky? You were watching this in 1974?
Well, he did grow up in Tennessee.
It is a period
Georgia.
piece.
Yeah.
It was
Georgia,
worse.
Tennessee. Same
No, but I
state.
actually, in my mind, I did think, I'm like, it just looked odd. Now, I'm not saying the film's racist. It just kind of seemed odd. But then Darwin was sabotaging the side.
I have not seen it yet.
Yeah.
Still, really want to, but I'm gonna say, sounds completely racist.
Sounds racist.
And Darwin has probably one of the most heroic turns in the whole movie.
Exactly.
If we're going to talk about stereotypes, wouldn't he been like, "Oh damn it, I ain't taking this, I'm running."
Feet don't fail me now. is what you're saying.
By the way, Carrie, can I see that?
Isn't he
Can I see
Hispanic in
original
the
quote?
comics?
In
Because
the
there's
comic,
just
he's kind of just
something I
this-
wanted to reread.
Darwin's Hispanic in the comics.
So like a Jack
Is he?
Benny X-Men.
Oh, okay.
Thus, First Class proves itself not merely an incredible film, but an incredible work of American historical fiction. Yep, it's a fictional work, dumbass. Get over it.
Oh,
Fuck, really?
Wait, hold
it's-
on.
Oh, wait.
there weren't mutants in.
So wait a second.
Apparently
but
no,
Here's the
actually.
thing. Here's the thing that all the fanboys are gnashing their teeth about is why wasn't it the first five? They actually kind of went out of the way. We've got an Irishman in this. We've got actually nationalities from all over the world in this story. And we even have some representation of bad acting in this movie. So we're not discriminating against anybody.
Thanks,
Well, I guess
January.
you could also argue that it would be historically accurate because I just watched that Freedom Riders documentary, and which was in actual 1961, and the white guys were trying to kill the black guys and their friends, and
But their point is all the black guys, all the people of color are bad people.
They either turn, but she also invalidates. It's invalidated because Beast actually becomes beastly after everybody else.
And he
takes
turns
off.
blue.
Yeah,
and
he
he's there with them at the end of it.
And arguably the evil mutants led by Magneto at the end are being more proactive about advocating for equality and equal rights for
Right, 'cause
for mutants.
That's always been Magneto's thing. That's what I've liked about him. Is he's not well. I mean, when he first came around in the '60s, he was just an evil guy that could control metal, right? But as time went along, he was just like you were like, you know what?
He's almost
Some
more
of his
sympathetic.
stances
Well,
kinda
He
make
just has a
sense.
really different outlook
but
on how things need to be done.
But terrified white America could say he's like the Black Panthers.
Exactly. Right. But I don't think you can say that Malcolm X was a bad guy.
Can we just as a society stop shouting racism or misogyny at period pieces?
And
just stop.
Wait.
Stop.
So, Brian, were you saying that people of color were discriminated against in the 1960s?
What they were, and so
What?
Oh my God! What? Oh, racism!
Not in my America,
you
sir.
racist! How
Not
dare
in my
you!
America.
And if we portray that in movies, then God forbid.
Dude, America's never done anything wrong, and you're an
That's
asshole.
gonna be like making
Clearly.
some mythical organization called Hydra to replace all the Nazis in a movie.
Next thing you're going to tell me that they rounded up all the Asians and put them in concentration camps.
That doesn't happen in a Sarah Palin America. No.
because there's only white people. In
Well,
Sarah
you see
Palin's
what they
America.
did there is they took all the Asians and they put them together in a place where they could share recipes and rice.
and they called that Chinatown
during the World War II.
Oh.
well,
See-
I would only disagree with Brian in that I think there are times when you need to say it because it's true, but I think that as with other things, in this case, you're undercutting the argument because you're making a stupid one. No, seriously. I mean, it's like this is a stupid analogy, maybe, but there isn't a show on TV now that there isn't some effort to save it once it's been canceled, and people cry because the internet connects the 11 people who liked it, and so efforts to save shows are completely ineffective now. If you're going to cry racism at everything, nobody's going to pay any attention.
Well, and that's kind of what I'm saying though too. Is like, I can't watch a movie or read a book or hear about anything without somebody shouting racism or misogyny, and it's really I'm just sick of hearing that.
What I'm tired of hearing
because
is
Bryan is a huge fan of racism and misogyny.
There seems to be only two races left in the world. There's white people, and then everybody else is somehow magically brown now. Latinos are brown, Asians are brown, Africans are brown. Everybody who is not of
You sound like such a racist.
Caucasoid European stock is now brown.
He said
Can you
cock.
hear that? I did.
Very good.
Well,
I want to know how that's not
this article.
exclusionary.
This article goes on to say, did the film do enough to shine a light on systematic racism?
That wasn't its goddamn job.
Hold
It's
it.
a metaphor.
Is it too much time spent focusing on white male leads and not enough on women and people of color? I can answer this for you right now. You've got to stop looking at the story, the characters, and you've got to look at marketing. Plain and simple. It's not racism, it's marketing.
It's not even
Because the dominant person who is buying this product is a white male.
Well, it's also fixating on stupid things.
And it's also not a goddamn documentary about civil rights.
I do that myself because I was watching the pilot for Alcatraz, and very briefly, the concept of Alcatraz is that this, which is a mid-season show on Fox, is that Alcatraz closed in the early 1960s because everybody disappeared. And now they're coming back one by one 50 years later, and they're the same age they were. And I'm watching this with my daughter, and the guy who's reappeared 50 years later goes to get on the boat to go back to San Francisco, and they ask him for his ticket. And I, being an idiot, said, they don't ask you for your ticket when you go back, because you had to have a ticket to get there. And then I said to myself, I'm wondering about the accuracy of this when the guy has suddenly reappeared 50 years later.
That you have a problem with.
And would they have been okay if they made Xavier a black man? Is that what they wanted?
Well,
or would we have heard about that even worse?
But it's the main reason they probably didn't make Green Lantern a black guy. It's marketing.
But what's the main reason they made him a black guy on the cartoon, which is a huge cash cow for DC?
There weren't any other black characters on the DC cartoon.
That's like Pierce was pointing
Justice
out.
League cartoon had no other black.
You're
characters.
doing your best to bring in some different variations of different kinds of people for a mass marketed television audience. This is a purchase kind of thing. This isn't a distribution.
It's a different thing.
This is buying. And the problem that I have with this, and we all fall for it, is that this person in the New York Times and this person with her blog, they're thinking about this as a story, like it's Shakespeare or something. Now, it's good, but you got to remember, we don't have writers and art anymore. It's marketing. It's a product. It's sales. That's why you had the characters the way they were.
Well, I would also
by the way, can I point out it's a fucking X-Men movie?
Yes.
May I point that out?
Yes.
And the fact that as an X-Men movie, it actually managed to be a metaphor, which is what the X-Men have been for the last 30-some-odd years. They've been metaphors for other social issues, and they managed to pull that off pretty well. So let's stop looking at the brown people this, the brown people that. Let's look at it as this was a metaphor for whatever you want to fill in the blanks for.
I fucking hate people. I honestly do.
Big movie mouth guys.
What?
If Will Smith,
Yes.
if Will Smith had wanted to be the Green Lantern, would they have let him?
I bet you.
Yes.
I bet
I'll bet they would.
They would have.
And you know what? It would have been a huge success.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what you have to think about.
And he could have said, "Oh, damn."
What black actors have that pull besides Will Smith?
Not many.
Not many.
I'd almost just say him.
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
No, but
Damn, Shaden, you fine.
Why didn't somebody pitch that? Why didn't somebody say, "Hey, let's do Green Lantern and let's get Will Smith"?
He's too
Maybe he
busy
said
making
no.
Men in Black 3.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I
fine
think
with
it's because it is a Warner Brothers studio, and they've been putting a lot of effort behind the new Jeff Johns, story arcs.
Sure.
Those are all Hal Jordan stories,
right. You want to.
Yeah.
You want
And
to.
they want to sell
push Hal
comics,
Jordan.
and so you
They
gotta
want to
put
sell
comics.
comics.
Well, that's
Exactly.
the reason why they just killed Bucky Cap.
On a side note,
They want to sell
is
they
First
just ripped his arms
Class
off.
the first comic book movie to not have toys?
The which one? First
First Class. They don't have toys, do they?
No. And that's a weird one because
Hey, you're
they said
right.
they said that the Wolverine figures didn't sell well. The Wolverine figures themselves did not sell well, but the Colossus, Iceman, Cyclops, the Maverick, all of the other comic characters they made were gone. You couldn't find them.
Yeah.
The Deadpool figure they did for Wolverine was awesome, but yeah, not a single First Class action.
You know
figure.
what's funny is they
I think
put out
Diamond
these,
Select's putting some out.
They put out these Wolverine masks for X-Men. Well, right before X-Men came out.
This
That's
is for Superhero Squad actually.
Is it? Well, it's like
Yeah.
the one X-Men thing you can get, and my kids one of my kids, when I took him to go see X-Men, he wore that the whole time because he wanted Wolverine.
And he's in it for 3 seconds.
It was more than enough for him.
I ain't seen it yet,
I don't
you
know-
bastard.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The boots. I don't know. You're talking boots.
So, yeah, that is interesting. There's no first-class toys. I didn't think about that.
Just a thought.
Okay.
You guys, let's think about it and just stop doing the
It's,
show now.
it's what I think about when it rains outside.
Wait, did they
Actually, now that
That's
I
weird.
think,
I always try to figure out how I could drown myself in the rain.
If the puddle's big enough, I could do it.
now that I think about
I
it,
know turkeys can do it. Can I do it too?
Sure.
Turkeys? What the fuck?
What are you talking?
Shannon,
You guys know that turkeys are so stupid.
Oh,
That way
look up and
that they'll drown.
They'll
Yeah, they
drown
look
in
up
the
and
rain.
go. Yeah.
Fuck
Shannon,
you, big movie
Mouth off, guys.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, I don't know all about turkeys.
big movie buttholes.
I know they're
Movie
delicious.
They think they're
You know
so
what?
cool
Wait a
down
second.
there at that end
Shannon?
of the table.
right.
Shannon and I are going to go do the Turkey Show podcast.
Yeah.
We're just-
That's my real podcast, by the way.
Turkeys.
You guys are movie
Have you
critics. You,
had
know
turkey?
plenty about turkeys.
Jive turkey.
Oh, good one, Brian. Turn that mic back off.
he's bringing it back to the 1970s.
I didn't even hear it.
Dynamite.
Okay, we're gonna head to the break here.
No, let's not.
Let's not.
No
Are you
breaks.
Sure? Okay. Well, then,
Ever.
before I do though, let me ask you this question.
Okay.
No sleep till Brooklyn.
Each of you,
the musical
Oh,
question.
oh.
take a drink
Okay. Ooh, yeah, I can do that.
and think about this one. I have a
right.
list of questions here that I call questions that will blow and/or free your mind.
And the
Speaking of
rest
the
will follow.
1970s,
Yeah, that's sort of what happened.
Does it have to blow my mind?
Shannon just did an in vogue joke.
Use the force.
did you really? I missed it.
Those
Apparently
chicks were
this beer needs
sexy.
to go around to Lee.
They really were.
Get that with your mind. Yes.
There you go, honey.
Like in the cave on Hoth.
All right.
I get to be the
This is-
enabler.
Could you
We're so
imagine how
good.
cool that would have been if Luke had actually used the force to levitate a beer in the ice cave?
That would make him
much
less
better.
of a douche.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, go to the station and get a 12-pack of Coors.
See, you know what? Nowadays, that would be like a Coors Light commercial. He'd
Yep.
be hanging there, and all of a sudden he'd break it out of the ice.
You know, it still can be. With CG, you could do that.
Yeah.
I
If
think Mark
Fred
Hamill.
Astaire can dance with a vacuum.
No, fuck that. Mark Hamill's got nothing to do right now.
So,
He'll be in that commercial.
so Coors, how much you willing to shell out for
Oh,
that?
Mr. Lucas, we'd be willing to pay a lot of money for that.
Great. Can I make a toy of beer of
We
Luke
could-
with a Coors? In
I
his
think that
hand?
the synergy we use, coming together, we can make that happen.
We
That
will
sounds
give
great.
you. We'll give you 75 Lucas bucks.
I envision this scene in this room in Bespin, and Chewbacca's throwing all these robots off of a conveyor belt to get to some beer.
Sounds good.
But Lucas will remake it later so that Luke drinks first.
Coors.
Chewie, are you drowning in Coors? It sounds like you're drowning in Coors.
No, Jar Jar's the Natty Light representative.
No, he would be
He'd
the
be Red Stripe, wouldn't he?
Colt 45.
works every time. Go 45 is it works every time.
That was
Jar
Lando.
Jar is going to
Lando
endorse
did for
fried
Colt
chicken and
45.
watermelon.
Oh. Back to the X-Men.
Oh,
Wow. So,
well,
anyway.
now I want you to think about the past 23 minutes,
Didn't I just blow your mind?
and I'm going to ask you all a question, and I want you to answer.
Who's the most racist?
No, I want you to think about.
I am not. I was mocking it. I wasn't endorsing it.
I don't know.
I think Hitler said that.
That just went out of control.
I am not condemning
It was a
them.
joke! God damn it! It was a joke. No one gets my jokes.
Why are you so angry?
All right, so here
You're just prejudiced against old people.
I can't be. I am old people.
Sponsor loves the Jews.
Okay, think about the past 24 hours.
Oh Lord.
24 minutes, and answer this question before we go to break.
Sure.
How old would you be if you didn't know how old you are?
It depends on. Are we talking about first thing in the morning?
I don't know.
80.
Oh, have I figured out that the sun actually wrote that we go around?
Did you count them all?
No.
Are you
Okay.
asking my maturity level?
I'm
Yes.
asking you, how old would you be if you didn't know how old you are?
I'm this many.
30.
I decided the other day
An immature
while watching
30.
the news, 12. All the wiener headlines made me laugh really hard.
And I kept sending you pictures, so I'm probably 13.
I'm sorry, you sent him pictures of wieners?
Yes.
Oh, he did. He kept sending me screen captures of Anthony Weiner headlines. And
Wiener waits for his wife to get home.
By the way, Carrie,
Yes.
me having been the philosophy minor in
Oh,
college,
that's right.
I would still be my same age, whether I know what my age is or not.
Shut up.
Shut up, tricky question,
Dude.
I know that
Blueberries.
I often make a sound in the woods.
Oh,
when
this
I'm
is
by
like
myself.
trivia questions.
Yeah.
I thought this was like a serious question.
No, it's like, it's just, it's one of those where you're sitting around a bar and you go,
Ah,
boom.
shit.
It'd be 0.
No, it makes you go, dude.
I'm very
You
immature.
gotta listen to the wording of the questions.
How old would you be if you didn't know how old you are?
Yeah, fucking the same age.
No, it's one of those philosophical. It's
No.
not a trick.
Didn't I
30.
blow your mind?
It's not a trick. It's philosophical.
30, which would be creepy because I have a
'Cause look-
23-year-old child.
Look, here's another
I
one.
don't believe in philosophy. I'm American.
Because look, see, this is completely philosophical.
Okay.
What is the one thing you'd most like to change about the world? That's not a trick question.
I wish that on that day that the world was supposed to end, that all the gaudy people had been taken away.
Yes.
But then they would think they were right.
I just wish.
But I don't care. If they went away and left us alone, it would be good.
I just wish I'd been.
They'd
the
be
guy
right and I'd be right.
that came up with the storyline where people got superpowers from touching boobs.
Here, honestly,
Seriously, I watched this anime show this morning at like 5:30, and people were getting superpowers from touching boobs, and I thought, why didn't I think of this? Because
If
you
I was
think
gonna-
about it, they're magical.
if I was going to answer this honestly, I would say that people with their outdated spiritual beliefs in our country
You would do away with religion?
probably do away with religion because I don't think it does any good.
I think
For the
it
most
does.
part.
I think it does.
I think the people that do good things based on their religion would still do
Good things. Yes, but I
Well-
also know a few people who know a guy in Oregon who was strung out on meth, and if he hadn't, he needed that. He needed that very, very badly.
He would have found
but
something else.
but
I
do
don't think he would have.
but do the religious people do good things because they want to or because of fear?
I think that
I think
depends.
both.
I think there are some.
Fuck
who-
it.
I think there are some.
I wish we
really
all had
good
superpowers.
people. I think there are really
You're
good
touching boobs.
I like Shannon's answer, and I wish and I also like Lee's answer. And we would touch. What I
Lee's
would
gonna be
change
on-
is
You
that
want-
we would touch
touch
more
boobs and
boobs
find
and
a new
get
First time we
get
touched
superpowers.
boobs, we'd get superpowers.
If every time I touched a boob I could cure a heroin addict, that would be awesome.
Damn.
I'd be like, lady, listen.
I'm
serious.
I'm saving lives here.
No, seriously, look at this heroin addict.
No, but it'd be one of these things. Oh my God! There's this meteorite hurtling towards Earth, and you're just like,
Give me your tits!
I got to touch a whole hell of a lot of boobs real quick, and then I'll save everything.
I just can't wait till you snap one day and I'm watching the news and they're like, local art crafter Lee George Cage was caught grabbing boobs saying that
This
it would
gives
give
me
him superpowers.
Yeah, and then Shannon's gonna be like, "Damn it, he stole my thunder."
My answer to that question would be very commie. I wish that. Yeah, I know.
Here
Right?
comes Brian Young.
Frank,
I would make everybody watch
throw
black
the-
and white
oh,
movies.
to throw
Here
the turd
comes-
in the punch
Here
bowl.
comes Ursa Major.
I want my own starship.
I can even hear him with his mic off.
yeah.
Jesus.
All right, go
and
ahead.
that FDR's second Bill of Rights was
he likes
actually
so much old
originally in the
stuff.
Constitution, so that everyone had a right to a job and a right to health care and a right to a livable wage.
Comrade Young.
That's an easy one.
Your type of ruining this country, sir.
I want to give you a job. And some health care.
I want to give you a job, Jimmy.
Yeah, what's
Planting tulips.
that? God.
You know what I mean?
after
Is
the
that a
break,
sexual
you know what?
euphemism?
Yeah. Get
Okay,
it lips
just make
over
it-
my...
Yeah. Oh,
when we get
okay.
back from the break, you're going to waddle back inside.
I gotta see this.
Messages. We'll be right back.
Tulips!
Philosophically.